Here's 10 things that coin collectors need to stop doing right now. Here's my website for my coin shop, portsmouthcoinshop.com. I have more inventory up. I have some more Eagles. I have some 2020s left, not very many, a limited supply of those. And I have a bunch of 2014 Silver Eagles, some type coins I put up, and I've got more coming. And also, I've got some rounds right here. 90% is going to be tough to get. I don't know if I'll have it in the near future. Another thing is when you click on the CoinHELPu underneath the video, right above the description, you can come down here to all my videos or my playlists, and you can watch all kinds of titles on all kinds of subjects. Just about a subject for everything so far. Almost 400 videos. So I want to talk about 10 things that coin collectors need to stop doing. I mean, you just need to quit, okay? Coin collecting is a hobby. It's for fun. If you make a little extra money or you invest in something in it and you get a return on it, that is the icing on the cake. Because anytime you're buying something from a dealer or you're buying something at a coin show from a dealer or whatever it might be, you are paying a premium, okay? And oftentimes that premium so the dealer can make some money. It's not intended for you to make money. Don't get me wrong, you can. But the secret to making money in this business is knowing more than the dealer you're buying from. In other words, we look for varieties and cherry pick and all that kind of stuff. That's the stuff you should be doing. But the stuff you shouldn't be doing, and these are not in any particular order, and there's probably a lot more things we need to stop doing in this hobby. But, these are the things that kind of stick out in my mind. So, the first thing is this. You need to stop thinking just because someone is selling coins online that they know about coins and that their prices are reflective of what they're selling for. I've always told you, any collector, anybody that listens to me, you always go to what they've sold for. Sold auctions only. So anybody can put any coin up for any price they want. And it can be anyone. I mean, someone who just thought, hey, I see this coin, and they may not even own the coin. So it's very important. Don't take it with a grain of salt when you see somebody online selling coins that has no reputation or is not a regular dealer or you just don't know them. And that leads into don't use Google to look up a coin's value. Use Google to find a price guide to see what the coin potentially could be worth. You're going to see all kinds of ads and misrepresentation of values or people trying to sell coins for whatever they want in those ads. So you want to steer away from that. So don't type in a date and a mint mark and how much is it worth. Or don't talk to your phone and say, hey, Google, how much is a 1944 Lincoln cent worth? No. Ask for a price guide. Stop thinking you're going to get this unsearched roll off eBay or off of Etsy or off of any other site, no matter what the dealer claims, no matter what the seller claims. Unsearched rolls are very difficult to find, not so much in a Lincoln cent, but whenever they have good coins on the ends. I don't know how many times I see this. Just don't believe all the hype. Don't believe that they're original rolls and different things like that. Unless you can sit down, talk to the dealer, or actually look at them in hand, it's just not very safe to buy that stuff online. I know there's going to be someone who says, well, I do it. I do real good with it. That's great for you, but I'm giving this advice. There's so many novices out there. Maybe this video is just not for you. But the point of it is that you should not try to buy unsearched rolls thinking you're going to get something great. Buying coins like Morgan dollars that are claimed to be dimples with 30-inch mirrors with all kinds of stuff written on the holders trying to hype it up. All these lofty claims about it being a gem. And there's other examples of this. There's other coins that you can see online. Most of the time you're going to get a clean coin or you're going to get a problem coin. There is a practice going on that some people go to coin shows. They buy up all the genuine coins that they can find, all the details, grades. They crack them out of those holders and they put them up on eBay and sell them like they're problem free. So you got to watch out for that. And that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of this stuff online. And I'm not just singling out eBay. I'm not just singling out Etsy. It's on every site that you can imagine that anybody sells coins on. Another thing I see is when a coin collector decides to sell off part of their collection and they come to a dealer to sell it and they actually think that they need the dealer to help them break even or make some money. That's one of the things that I've run into lately. I'm not in the business to help you break even. Now, if I can pay the price that you want and I think it's fair, I'll do it, even if it makes you some money, because I don't have a problem with that. But don't expect it, because this is what people don't realize. You bring in a box of coins or a big bunch of whatever it is that you got, just Just think about this for a minute. It would take you time and effort and fees, and then you got to pay the taxes on your wages or even taxes in your state. You got to process all that. I have to have an accountant to do this. I have to hire someone to do my orders. People don't realize that when I sell it, okay? So one thing you have to realize is that I'm taking the time, the effort, and when you sell it, you're just bringing a big old load to me, and I'm paying you the cash for it, and you're walking off with your money. Easy, easy peasy. So, that convenience comes with a cost. So I just recommend people just be realistic when you're selling to a dealer. I've had a lot of good buys lately from people who have watched my channels, watched my videos, and I really do appreciate those buys. But there's some that, just think that they deserve to have all the money, and who cares what I make or don't make. Another thing is coin collectors need to stop searching for coins like varieties, little anomalies, and things like that until they learn about the minting process. The first thing you need to do, and I've told you this numerous times in my videos, learn your quarry first. Learn what you're hunting first. You can't hunt something if you don't know what it looks like, you don't know how it happens during the minting process, because you're constantly going to be frustrating yourself, putting pictures up in groups, putting pictures up on help communities, asking me questions, sending me emails, and you don't know anything about coins at all. You don't know what you're even looking at, and you're just kind of maybe throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing if something sticks. It don't work because you're going to frustrate people, and people are going to stop helping you, and then that leads to everybody getting frustrated and upset. The best thing to do is to definitely do your research, look up your coin, go to the sites that we always recommend. Learn first. Educate yourself first. You jump into the coin roll hunting because you saw something on a YouTube video about a coin being rare or some article somewhere. It's not a good way to start doing it. You want to learn your quarry. I would have never started a coin dealership if I didn't know about coins. It doesn't make sense. I would fail. And another thing, I've mentioned this a couple videos. Don't buy into the hype, okay? Just because a person looks fancy and they're in a suit and they're in a nice little studio on their own TV does not mean they're being fair with you on their prices, does not mean they're being honest with you, doesn't mean, typically they're spending something because they're trying to sell it. There's no reason to sell like that because I can sell like that and I don't need to do that. And believe me, I can't get enough coins to sell right now, so I know how it works. I know how to make it work. But anyways, you don't want to always trust somebody just because they're on TV. That's one of the things, no matter what they say, you definitely want to take it with a grain of salt and do your research. They got a price on something, all you have to do is go over to eBay sold items and see what they're selling for. Go to all these coin sites, APMEX, go to different ones like JM Bullion and SD Bullion. Go to my site, I might have it up, who knows, I might not, but check out what we're selling it for and compare it to them. You always want to do that. Always do compare pricing. Another thing that is kind of a touchy subject, but has become it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, or at least it's becoming one. Don't ever assume that because someone's doing videos or that they owe you help. In other words, I might do a video on something. My video is usually my help, okay? And that goes for a lot of these guys that are doing it. A lot of people don't answer emails or they get tired because you get so many people coming at you with questions and emails and wanting to text you and wanting to send you pictures. There's no way in the world a big channel can keep up unless that's all you're doing. I have a coin shop, so I have people calling me for orders and things like that. I can't tie up the phone with that kind of stuff, and that's why I have a help community, and that's why I have a Facebook group where people can put their pictures up. And I know some people say, well, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Well, it's time to learn because you've got to sit down, and I've got guides to do that. It's not very difficult. If you can call someone on the phone and dial their number or send pictures in a text and stuff like that, or send an email, you can most certainly post on one of these forums, these groups. It's not that hard at all. It really isn't. And also, to go with that is don't get mad when someone doesn't give you the help the way you think they need to. There's times whenever, in my group especially, we might just send you a link and say, here, check this out, instead of actually going through a lengthy diatribe, because a lot of times you don't have time to do that. We might see the same coin, the same damage on a coin 100 times in a week, and that's no exaggeration either. And eventually we're just like, look, here's what you got to do. Go to this link and check it out and do a little bit of research and reading. And that goes all the way back to another thing that I mentioned. Before you start roll searching, you've got to do your research. Know what you're looking at, because you're just going to waste your time looking at little tiny anomalies and little tiny things that don't mean anything on a coin. So yeah, coin collectors need to stop getting upset. You need to stop attacking people who are supposedly helping you, but yet you don't like the way they helped you. It's not really fair to anybody. If you don't agree with them, you can always get a second opinion, but there's no reason to trash someone who's trying to help people. The thing you have to think is we're not charging. I'm not charging. And neither are most people I know that's doing this. There are some guys that are experts that will charge you. And if it keeps up, one thing about it is I'm going to have to start charging. There's just no way to do it for free because it takes up so much of your time trying to help people with coins. So you have to consider that. It's not like, a vocation. It's not a job. It's not a career. And that takes, oh man, you're looking through all your coins yourself, and you know how many hours you can spend looking through coins. Well, just think of having 10 to 100 people, every week coming at you with all their coins, wanting you to look at them and tell you if they're any good or not. And some people just post pictures. That's all they do. They send you 5 emails with pictures, and that's it. No questions, no anything. So you can't do that. Get on the help community. That's the best thing to do. Get on my help community, Facebook group, something like that. So another thing that I noticed that coin collectors definitely need to stop doing is buying fake grading holders like SGS and IMB or any other ABC grading company. You need to concentrate on PCGS, NGC. You can also do sometimes older green holder PCIs. There are some, like Annex is another one, IECG, you can buy from those. But for the most part, when it comes to modern coins and things like that, and you see it on eBay, stay away from anything other than the name brand grading companies. You're definitely going to buy overgraded, undergraded, or clean coins and maybe not even get an authentic coin. So was that 10? Maybe it was 12, maybe it was 11, maybe it was 9. I don't know, but it was around about 10, and that's just some of the thoughts that came to my mind, some things that I wanted to talk about, mention. I've experienced this a lot, and maybe it'll help you out, maybe it won't, maybe it'll make you upset. That's okay. Listen, I appreciate you watching my video. Hit that little bell beside the subscribe button, and above all, have a great day.